got ourselves team, looks like team 1 is missing a guy, but team 2 has everybody. We got ourselves Beakman on the team. Down Valkyries in the back. Greg's gonna be first up, trying to go for a bit of an honor duel as Jiu-Jitsu gonna be on the Monkus. I like that look with the weapons and full Shadowlands mod going on, as well as Chicago joining back in. I think you got yourself the new flames, right? The tabard and everything. Gonna be Amarok over on the team 1 together, Flame and Harambe. SP Shady gonna be first up. We got Tara. How are priests invisible, by the way? Okay, you are visible, but when you dismount, you literally become invisible. Is it me? Shadow Fury of my Grace doesn't quite connect exactly. Is SP Shady? Yeah, he's literally a ghost. I know that Shadow Priest get like a shadow form, but this could get some kind of like unique ghost form. How much would you have to pay the blister for that? What is this? Can the mob even see you? Gonna be a stun? I think it's just a visual bug, right? Not only on my end, but probably not for everybody else. As long as you can see the health bar, I think you're good to go though, for the most part. But it's been shady. It's been extra shady. Literally invisible. Greg's got a full army chasing after the guy. He's gonna go for the root onto all these beds, trying to see if he can get himself a couple of flash heals behind the pillar. Those flash heals are fairly effective for Shadow Priest other than not. The recovery you can get from those is fantastic, but it's still taking a ton of damage, even though he's in control of Grace. He's the one taking so much output. It's gonna go for a dispersal either way at the end though, and Grace is trying to see if he can get himself a little bit more demons, a little bit more precious stun around the corner, trying to see if he can maybe back up away from SP, as he's gonna go for a full silence. Big void turn. Greg's just taking it all to the face. Has to see if he can endure it as best as possible while trying to get more demons out of the way. That's going to be double tentacles onto Grizz, doing quite a bit of damage, searing right into his soul. Is going to end up backing up out of there for a quick second as he's trying to get himself a better position. Got himself a little bit of a high ground versus SP Shady, who got himself still plenty of healing while behind the pillar. Every one of those flash out heals are doing fantastic job. As long as he's got the mana for them, he's gonna be okay. Gonna be Griggs pumping up his pets, as well as getting himself a big watch over, what is this called? What do you, observer, to watch over as he's blasting Shady. Shady actually may go down right here, got himself a shield last second. Oh, but as he does damage to Grace, the observer just blasts him for percentage of his health, 10% in particular. Greg's at no health whatsoever, may just go down right now. Does he live? Does he die? Or is it just like a warlock thing where you just never die? What's up next? Is it going to be Harambe? Is it going to be Flamin? Is it going to be Tara? I think I'm still trying to figure out who's going to be first, who's going to be next. But it's going to be Greg's given opportunity to at least recover a little bit of health right now. Whatever passive recovery he can get out of it. That was pretty close. That observer does so much damage. If you're not careful with the observer, it punishes you 10% of your health every single cast, and this is gonna be the big old ogre complaining at us that no one's fighting. Big stun onto Amarok as Greg's trying to see if he can fight and claw his way back to a little bit of survivability. Mortal Coil sent in. Amarok trying to see if he can send Greg's flying towards the lower platform. He does have the portal as well as the big gateway in case he wants to use it. Then there's gonna be an observer join in as Amarok doing any kind of damage to Grace. He's gonna take percentage health, but Grace doesn't really have much health to work with. You only need a couple of those casts, and you should have him into a frost shock for a second. Greg's trying to see if he can recover a little bit of health. Lava Burst may just end him. Light the last time, I think it's just over. There's nothing he can do while he's got himself blind aside of the main pet. Interrupted Greg's on his big cast. He's gonna go for the axe toss. He's gonna go for a bit of a heal actually. Warlock Helsa does come back, burning a soul shard in order to amplify. Got himself quite a bit of pets. Amarok trying to see if he can dodge him. It's gonna be full stun AoE as Grace literally just holding his ground, trying to see if he can just PvE out Amarok, sending in the pets, letting do a lot of the work, as it's gonna be the Earth Elemental actually taunting some of those pets, particularly the Tyrant, which is not attacking Amarok. Amarok taking quite a bit of pressure, actually looking to retreat, get himself a bit of a better position. As Greg's got himself an opportunity to push in. Now he has an opportunity to push in, but also can retreat behind the pillar in case he needs to. He got himself the gateway and everything. Stun onto Amarok behind the pillar. Amarok trying to see if he can go for a little bit of a line of sight here. Greg's with a wall, again just trying to tank up as best as possible, trying to see if he can push Amarok away from any kind of pillars. Drain life around the corner. Should be able to at least get some kind of healing from Amarok as the Shaman, just trying to see if he can go for as much recovery while he can. Greg's just gonna have to commit a lot of pets in there as best as possible. Lava Burst again sent in. Big proc of Lava Burst could be deadly. Just needs a bit of survivability. Got himself a Chinese shield. That's gonna be a big observer above his head. Got himself the Earth Elemental. Oh, the Lactic Elemental on top, which is doing freebie damage as well. That is so unfortunate. Jiu-Jitsu, what is this kind of, what is going on? This man is zooming. What is that? Was that, what? He's just getting knocked around like a piñata now. What was that? I think he used Dragon Kick together with a jab, and it just like gave him the weirdest pathing ever, and then between that and then Shaman Nox, he just zooming, ping-ponging all over the place. Rolling in cap, there's nothing you can do. Touch of Death is all he needs. Trinket for Amarok. Wait a second, does he have a knockoff of this burrow? He does not. Is this where Jujitsu takes him out? He just needs one more global. Light the lasso prevents him. Is he gonna trinket for it? Is he greedy? Knocked back as he tries to roll in. Oh my god, try himself a bit of Tiger's Loss. Interrupted on the heel. Does he go down right here? Big Fist of Fury flying in, trying to go for a knockback, but Jujitsu will not let it happen. Taking him out fairly quickly. Flaming gonna be up next as a Warlock. Gonna be immediate jab out of Jujitsu. Does not want to hold back whatsoever. Is gonna rotate defenses. As a monk, you're squishy. Unless you can rotate defenses while you're in combat. While you're actively fighting somebody, you want to make sure you're tanked up. Otherwise, you go for the hit and run strats. And Jujitsu has to rotate defensives if he wants to fight Flamin face to face, mano a mano. And he's actually making some quite a good bit of progress. But now he's kind of like out of cooldowns. He could go for a dampened harm. But at this point, do you do so? I imagine he ought to use Fort Broom, and we're hitting the dampening little by little, so his healing is going to be kind of waned, especially after that healing nerf they did earlier, like last week or the week before that. Succubus CC does not last long at all. That gives him an opportunity. No Lexu for a bit dumb. So he's kind of limited on how you can lock down Flamin besides the Fist of Fury to slow him down in place. But those parries are not going to do much for him whatsoever. Gonna be Infernal, dropping in, but he doesn't miss. It's stunned. Fist of Fury doing quite a bit of damage. Flamin is getting a lot of instant gas proc. The big Chaos Ball flying in. That's going to be bad for Jujitsu. Does go for dampened harm. That helps him tremendously. The Chaos Ball is still flying in. As the Succubus CC comes out, there's nowhere he can go. Literally stuck out in the open. Does he have any more defenses? Diffuse Magic. He needs it right now. He needs to press it right now. It is active. Press Diffuse Magic. Oh. Oh no, is it Beatman next? It is Beatman trying to see if he can just blast past these boys. Flamin is going to end up boarding back. Gums of a Bonza fell, but doesn't quite catch Beatman there. Unless he can reattach. Succubus CC trinkets out of it, doesn't want to find out exactly what kind of CC. Just walks in with a big elemental blast, taking him out. What is going on? And this guy's the only finisher. Like, did you just see the Ele Blast? Oh my goodness. Tara walking into this one actually may just want to wait. This is an Enhancement Shaman with an Earth Elemental, but you were playing Convoke. There's a good chance Tara is going to want to commit a pretty big Convoke in the opener. Beatman does not have a Trinket, but Tara should be aware that if a Convoke while Earth Elemental is around, Convoke could somehow randomly target the Earth Elemental over the Shaman, and those bites, those big bleeds, the Feral Frenzies, could go into the Earth Ellie over the Shaman. Get him to the opener. Oh, the knockback was so perfectly lined up. Tara does end up jipping into stealth immediately. I think Shadowmeld is going to get rooted out in the open. Beatman still took a bit of bleed though. He's still bleeding quite a bit. But that Convoke literally went out of the window without knock. This is where you need to make sure that you get the opener. You gotta make sure that you get mobility as the Convoke happens. You need to make sure to kind of bait it out and then go full Convoke. And you gotta make sure you get the perfect angle. And it's so difficult because the bridge gives you such an opportunity right now as a Shaman. But I think as a melee you can't position. There's a little bit of elevation with this bridge. There's some small tiny ramps that will hold you back. Gotta be Tara not in a great spot right now health wise, trying to see if he can go for a bit of recovery. Is already using Heart of the Wild in order to give himself a little bit more healing. Maim onto Beatman, but he does ends up beating up the Druid back to back. Harambe gonna be up next, sending up a port and everything as he got himself actually a totem that he could just Shadow Bolt off of. Beatman walking into this one with a Trinket, no Guardian, does have a wall. Grounding Totem is going to be, I think, actually pretty fundamentally big here. Harambe does not have like a castable playstyle or anything, like a big castle or anything. But like if you can Mortical or grounding a Mortical or something, that'd be fantastic. Going to be immediate burrow out of Beatman. Does he get himself a proper opener to Harambe? It's going to knock him up, but it's going to be Harambe bailing out of there immediately with a port. Got himself a reflexive Beatman. It's only going to end up hurting himself. It's going to be all the pets available. Tyron got himself a fantastic spot. It's going to be able to go for fast casting. Beatman can't really do much about it. It's going to be grounding Totem. Tyron has to focus that thing down as soon as possible. And Beatman just trying to see if he can outrun all of these pets, but they are quick. They're able to end up closing the gap fairly quickly. 50% dampen. He can't really heal much. I think it just might be over, and Harambe does end up taking him. With Chicago going to be up next as yet another Enhancement Shaman. Harambe at this point has maybe a couple of these pets, maybe could transfer some momentum, but he's definitely going to have to start playing it super defensive. Has a wall. Mobility is going to be key here. If you can use mobility to evade Chicago, he'll be fantastic. Chicago does end up using Ascendance really early on though. So Harambe being able to evade it, he is in a fantastic spot right now. Taking lots of damage from distance though. Harambe not really doing all that good. Wall is off, Reflect is up. Chicago kind of limited on what they can do for a short moment. Harambe with an Axos still trying to go for the run. Does he have himself a board? He got himself a Dark Pack. Maybe that can give you a little bit of survivability. Chicago just needs to find himself a nice little gap versus Harambe and take him out. And that's exactly what he does. Find himself an opportunity and blast him. Beatman does end up walking away with two there. And Amarok with a one. Just about everybody gets to play actually, except for Diabolicals over on Team Chicago. But otherwise, everybody else got a chance. I like it. Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? Uno más, uno más.